Right, YouTube, here's another story. Before I get in this story, I want to remind everybody, and almost every video I post is please, to any location, get permission. This location we went to is not only, there was no trespassing, but there's also very dangerous because the building was falling apart. Again, get permission, do your research, and happy hauntings. Alright guys, so this story took place a couple of years ago. I used to work at a kitchen, and a couple of my co-workers used to talk about this location, this abandoned insane asylum. Obviously doing research now, the location was not an insane asylum, it was a housing for the mentally challenged and the supposed clinically insane. I believe the more violent patients was located in a different were housed in a different location. And they're always talking about this place and how it's really creepy and how many, ghost stories come from this place. And obviously, with supposed abandoned insane asylum, you're gonna have all those really creepy stories. I really wasn't for going to this place because I know that the location was that there's no trespassing, but apparently one of my coworkers had known one of the security guards that worked there overnight, and he got permission, telling just go at a certain time and watch out for these locations. So it was myself, two of my coworkers, and their girlfriends. We ended up driving to this location, and the location itself was located inside of a really, really busy industrial park. But I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. It wasn't really that busy. And we ended up parking next to this office building, and we had to run across the street onto another office building, then up a dirt path that led to the facility itself. And if you Google map it, I'm not going to give out the location, but if you were to Google map it, you would see how huge the facility is. So we ended up walking up this dirt path, and mind you, it's like again 2:30 in the morning. It's quite dark out, but the moon just shined enough that you could see the buildings, and we were walking up the asphalt driveway, and he had been there before, and he said we're looking for a certain building to get into so we can get to the tunnels. And the tunnels were there was tunnels under the buildings that were connected to each building. So we're kind of hugging the buildings as we're walking down this asphalt driveway, and we're just trying to watch ourselves for security. And two of us had brought flashlights, so we're kind of peering into the buildings. You could actually peer on the side of the building. You actually see the tunnels themselves, but they're all kind of boarded up, and there was metal bars on them. So finally we get to this one building, and again, remind you that most of these buildings are boarded up, very well boarded up. In this one building, there was a board, and he ended up removing the board, and we all had a duck under there was like a hole in this door. So you get in this building, and there's a stairway going down and the stairway going up. And the smell, I'll never forget the smell of an old building. It's a very musty smell that you get when you walk in, and you can just smell it in the air. So guys, Hazel, I want to show you something. Let's go up to this. Let's walk up these stairs. So we walk up 2 flights of stairs, and we get to this door, and it's the window is broken, and we had to jump through the window, and we get into this one building, and it's a long corridor, and we had to walk down, and you see these, and the windows all broken. It's like the 3rd floor of the building, and he's like, no, just keep down, don't use your flashlights, just And I just remember walking through the building, and I was kind of leading in the back, and I was just kind of trying to take this place in. I just kept on getting this feeling that someone is walking behind me, but you turn around and nobody be there. At this time, I can't remember how old I was. I might have been 16 or 17. Again, I was really interested in the paranormal, but I didn't really have the full understanding I do as I have now, obviously. And then, so we're walking through this building, and again, you get that really uneasy feeling. He's like, I want to show you guys something. So we get this little room. There's a stair. There's a ladder, and we end up climbing the ladder, and we get to another small room, and he leads us out into the actual roof. And so we're on this roof, and you could actually, and the clouds had moved away from the moon, so you could see, a couple of yards ahead of you. You can actually see these buildings, and there's one massive building. He's like, that's the building I want to go to. No, that's the building in the morgue. I want to show you guys a morgue, and kind of amp up the scariness, I guess, and the scary stories and telling us about the ghost stories. And one of the girls grabs me, and not with even saying a word, she points to a building on the other side of us. I don't know how to explain this, but it looked like there was a person standing there. But if you've ever seen a scarecrow kind of propped up in a cornfield, that's the best example I can give. And it looked like it was wearing a black coat. But the freaky thing was, it was just the way it was moving. There was no wind. There's no wind in the air. And it was just moving like a scarecrow. That's the best way I can explain it. That kind of freaked us out. So we thought maybe it was a prop or something, and we kind of put that behind us. So we ended up going back into the building, down the ladder, back through the building, and hopped through the window, down the stairway. And he's okay. We go down this side of stairs, and we'll go to the tunnels. So we go down another 2 flights of stairs, and then this huge metal door. And you open it, and you hear the creaking of the door, and there it is. Here's the tunnels. He's like, all right, there's actually this huge yellow water pipe. I don't know what it was. Maybe I'm gonna call it a water pipe. So we have to follow the yellow pipe, and then it'll connect us to the green pipe. That's what they called it. Yeah, the yellow hallway to the green hallway. So all right. So what we did was, we did this. I want to call it like a Navy SEAL walk. Don't quote me on that. In this Navy SEAL walk, where there was one person in the front, holding each of the shoulders, and the person in the back. The person in the front obviously had a flashlight. The person in the back had a flashlight, and I just so happened to be in the back, and my friend up front. Behind him was the 2 girls, and then behind them was my friend, and then myself. So we're kind of leading down this hallway, and one of the girls must have been, I don't know, 20, 30 feet into the tunnels. I mean, there's a very long tunnels, mind you. And she turned to the other girl, and she said, stop pulling my hair. And the girl was like, I didn't pull your hair. So again, we started walking, and I didn't think anything of it. She said, Chelsea, stop pulling my hair. She says, I didn't pull your hair. So we stop. Like, what the hell's going what's going on? She said, she keeps pulling my hair. She's like, I'm not pulling your hair. She said, I felt like someone tugging on my hair. She's like, I'm not pulling your hair. So, again, I put this behind me. I guess at the time I just wanted to go to this one building. I put behind me. I'm not really thinking anything of it. I'm not going to say I don't get easily scared, but at the same time, it's not going to jump to conclusions. So I'm like, let's go, let's get to this building. Let's get out of these tunnels. So we walk down these tunnels, and we get to the green pipes. So we go down the green pipes, another 30, 40 feet. And the deeper we get in, it seems like the deeper we get into, or the further we go, the further down we go. And we lead up to another he ends up following those green pipes, and he's like, I can't remember where we go from here. And all of a sudden we follow the green pipes, and we end up at a dead end. This is legit. We get to this, and it's this wall, and in front of the wall, right next to the wall, is a chair. The chair is facing the wall itself, and written in what seemed like red chalk, I want to say it was red chalk, was, if you close your eyes, I can't touch you. an hour in the dark, you'll be a new man, and just these weird sayings that just were really freaky. It was just the way the chair was faced, and there was chains on each side of these chairs, and the chair wasn't placed there. The chair was actually bolted to the floor. Now, was this something that they had used in the patient? I don't know, but that was really freaky. So we ended up taking another hallway or tunnel, and these pipes are red. He's like, I can't remember, where we go from here, so we'll just follow these red pipes. So we're following down these red pipes, and again, the girl turns around and says, "Stop pulling my hair." She says, "I'm not pulling your hair. Stop." So we go down this, again, we keep following this tunnel, and we heard something outside. It sounded like a car, so we shut the flashlights off. And we're stopped in front of this room, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, one of the girls screams bloody murder. And just, absolutely bloody murder. She's just screaming. We're all like, turn the flashlights on. And she ends up gathering herself. She says, "There was somebody standing in that room." And we're like, "There's nobody in the room." She's like, "There's somebody standing right in that doorway." And it looked like she was there reaching out to try to grab me. And so we shine the flashlights in the room. The room's completely empty. There's no way for a person, if a person had been in there, for them to escape. There's no windows. It was a solid cement room. So at that time, we're like, we gotta get out of here. So we followed the red pipes back down, followed the green pipes back down, and then get back to the yellow pipes. So we started following the yellow pipes back down. We were going to go back out the building that we had came, and we were just going to leave. That was it. And we actually had been there for maybe, surprisingly, it had been like 40-50 minutes or so. And we get to the metal door that we had come out, and it went open. And I don't know what it was. There's no way for this door to lock. There was no locks on this door, but it won't open. And like, it felt like something had been holding it from the other side, and like really holding it. So mind you that there was one way to come from the tunnel, and it's on the way. So we decided we'll go the other way, and all we had to do is we wanted to get to another building so we can get out of there. So we follow this another path down, and we get to a gated door, if you will. And this is really freaky, but it looked like there's a hole in this door. And the freakiest thing about this was it looked like something had pushed through this gate, like something like ripped through. If you ever seen a horror movie or something, it's like something had torn through the gate. So we end up popping this gate and going up this stairway, and we end up getting into another building. And the room we get into is like filled with filing cabinets and everything was just, the place looked kind of new. I don't know what this location was. I was like, dude, we gotta get out of here, because this location looks new, and I know that they were using some of these buildings still. So I'm like, let's get out of here. We ended up walking down the stairs, and all of a sudden, it sounded like a freaking train tore right through that room, and it just felt like filing cabinets flying everywhere. So when me and my friend walk up the stairs, and we look into this room, and everything is just scattered everywhere. The filing cabinets torn, knocked down. There's paper everywhere. There's no way and humanly possible for anyone to do that in that time frame, especially do this with these huge filing cabinets. We freaked out, and we ran down the stairs, and we was like, we gotta get out of here. We started down these tunnels, and we're just running. And finally we get to this one room, and I noticed that this room had a window, and the window was broken enough for us to climb out. I said, let's get out of here. So we get into the room, and all of a sudden, I was standing in the door with my friend, and we're all kind of catch our breath before we took off. we were so freaked out. It sounds stupid. You think we'd run out of the room, but we were kind of just catching our breath, and all of a sudden, the pipes again, these huge pipes, sounded like something was coming up the pipes. That's the only way I can explain it. There was something. It sounded like somebody was hitting a pipe or a sledgehammer, a hammer against these pipes. Here, just coming down the pipes towards us, and it started getting louder and louder and louder. And me and my friend darted out. And I don't know what we think we were going to do, but we darted out into the hallway and shined the flashlights down the hallway, and there's nothing there. And the sound stopped. Absolutely stopped. Get back in the room. The sound again. Closer. And it's getting closer. At this time, the two girls had jumped out the window. My friend jumped out the window. My other friend. And it was just me and my buddy standing there. I was like, dude, go. And it sounded like it was just right outside the room. He jumped out. He got into, we had to climb onto this desk and then jump out the window. Got into the desk and jumped out. And I went to jump out and I froze. And there was something standing behind me. And I don't know what it was. I can't explain it. It's just, I felt like time stopped right then and there. I didn't want to turn around. I really didn't, but it's something, I had to, I guess. So I turned around. Behind me, what looked like a shadow, sending me 9 feet tall. And I couldn't make any really facial features out. But it was very tall, huge. I mean, bigger than me. It looked like it had these white teeth, and it's the only way I can explain it. Like a costume. And I know this wasn't a prank, or wasn't something in costume, because the feeling I got from it was complete dread, fear, anger. I backed up, jumped on the desk, and jumped out the window, and I ran. I didn't stop running. Everybody's running after me, and we ended up getting back to the car, and we didn't say anything on the ride home. We get back to the car again and start driving home. No one said anything on the ride home. And then we get back to my friend's house, kind of just recollecting our thoughts, and this image is still running through my head, but I didn't tell anybody anything. And the girl who had her hair pulled, she says, my back feels weird. It feels like there's burning sensation on my back. And she lifted her shirt, and there was 3 scratch marks along her back. It's pretty big scratch marks along her back. And yeah, that was the pinnacle of that. We kind of just left it at that, and we never went back, and we'll never go back. Alright guys, I really hope you liked that story. Again, going back into what I said before, you have to get permission. If you need to get permission, please get permission. The location itself, again, I'm not going to discuss where this location is, because I don't want people going there. I actually don't know if the place is there anymore. However, you can see how dangerous it was for us. What I had ran into that night, to this day, I don't think I have ran into anything that scared me the way that did. I don't know what that was. I'm not going to say or make up the conclusions of what it was, but in my heart, I think whatever it was definitely wanted to do us harm. So you can see where I'm coming from with these locations. Are not only dangerous because the building's falling apart, but dangerous in a paranormal sense. So again, I hope you guys liked that video. Stay tuned.